All right, welcome back, folks. Professor Almeida here. I hope that your summer is off to a good start, and I'm recording this vlog. It's more of a vlog than an announcement for three main reasons. Number one, just to let you know that I'm still here. I've just gotten over this nasty bug that has sidelined me over the last 2 weeks. And during these last 2 weeks, I've been migrating my setup, and especially since the title of this video is Migration Time, uh, thought I would share what I've learned along the way. And since we're on the topic of migration, I am going to be moving to Microsoft Office 2024. I'll talk a little bit more about that in this video. So first and foremost, I'm almost 100% there, but not quite out of the woods. I was fine for commencement, and then, I caught whatever bug is going around. And like I said, it sidelined me for a good 2 weeks. Now, over these last 2 weeks, I've been migrating my setup here. And that's probably the real reason for this video, is just to see if everything is working almost flawlessly, fingers crossed. And just to show you how the sausage is made here, I'm using OBS Studio. I have a blue snowball mic. I have a Logitech webcam. My laptop here, my ThinkPad, is running Fedora Linux. Now, I just recently migrated to Fedora after years and years of running Ubuntu and other Debian-based distros. I've crossed over to the dark side. Oh, there's that whole debate between Debian-based distros and Red Hat-based distros. So here I am with Fedora, and surprisingly, it's not too shabby. Now, there is a learning curve, and I've learned a couple of things along the way. And I want to start with this stuttering audio issue that has just been bugging me for the longest time. And you probably noticed this with my announcement videos over the spring. There would be moments where my audio would just stutter. I think I found the solution. Now, this snowball mic records with a sample rate of 44.1 kilohertz. That's CD quality. Well, it turns out there's a setting in OBS that I really wasn't paying attention to. So if you'll indulge me for a moment, enjoy this inception effect. If I go into settings and audio, yeah, you want to make sure that your sample rate matches. So you can see I now have it set to 44.1 kilohertz. Before it was set to 48. 48 is DVD quality, and if your sample rate doesn't match, well, your audio is going to stutter. So I hope that I have at least solved the audio stuttering issue. And here it is. This is Fedora KDE Plasma 6. Now, I have been using XFCE. I just installed the KDE environment so that I can just log in with KDE when I want. If I want to use XFCE, I can log into that. And there are some things I've learned with that too, and it has to do with OBS hotkeys. OBS hotkeys don't work out of the box with Fedora KDE because Fedora KDE uses what's called Wayland for its display compositing instead of the legacy X11. So I've had to switch back to X11 for my hotkeys to work like this. So that was one thing. And then the VMs. So let me share what I have here. This is Win11 running in KVM. Now, before I used VirtualBox for the longest time, and with Fedora, updates come fast and frequent, which often means breakage when it comes to VirtualBox. I got tired of VirtualBox breaking on me, and internet people out there suggested, well, why not just use KVM? So I made the conversion, and it seemed fine at first, but then I learned that Microsoft imposed this artificial limitation, which explained why Win11 was so choppy. And I found this Reddit thread here. Windows 11 guest only using one of the 8 virtual CPUs allocated in Virt Manager, which, by the way, this is Virt Manager here, if you're wondering. And it turns out the solution that this person posted, is it Windows 11 Home by any chance? Why, yes, because I'm a cheapskate and I don't need all the bells and whistles of Windows when I have Linux. Windows Home can only use one socket, so you end up with one virtual CPU. And if you ever find yourself in this situation, you're using the Home edition of Windows in KVM, here's the fix. Under CPUs, you can see that I could allocate 8 virtual CPUs, but nope, you got to manually set the topology. 1 socket, 8 cores, and 1 thread. So yeah, this is my learning curve. Windows 11 runs fantastic now. And with that, speaking of migration, let's talk about Office 2024. At least for one of my classes, I will be moving to Office 2024. You're going to be seeing a lot of activity pick up over the next couple of weeks concerning Costa 50, MindTap and Sam. That's going to be moving to Office 2024. So you'll be seeing new how-to videos, new project walkthroughs. I got to record all of that stuff. And that's also why I wanted to record this video to see if everything is working just great. And with that, enjoy your summer. I wish you all the best wherever you may be. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.